Hey folks, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started here in about 13 minutes, as we can see from the countdown there. But I like to open up a little early for a couple reasons. One is it's just nice to have, opportunity to get in early. Oftentimes I'll set up a startup screen, a little video or a screen or something that just says, hey, starting soon, right? But today, this is my first live stream in probably about 4 months. And so basically, I'm testing tech today. So that's what I'm going to be doing here at the beginning. So I'm going to pull this on over. Yeah, oh, I see. You see, I've also reset up my studio. I've changed the setup of my studio just a little bit, and so some things are a little harder to see than they used to be. I kind of have to get used to looking in new parts, right? But we'll make it work. We always make it work. One of my favorite sayings is, there's always a solution. Okay, sounds, Braden, like I have a bit of an echo. So I'm going to make sure that I only have one microphone on. I wonder why I'm getting an echo. So that's good to know. Is it a pretty consistent echo, Braden? You said sometimes, or is it just off and on? Let me know if it's consistent or if it's off and on. Because yes, I do have many microphones in this studio, but only one of them's turned on according to this. But, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're testing the tech, to make sure it's good when we do the real thing. Let's see, yeah, you should be turned off all the way. The Shure SM7B is on. Yeah, let's see what we can do to troubleshoot that. Yeah. Gosh, I'll tell you what, I will turn off. No, there's only one mic on. So Braden, let me know if you're still getting an echo. That's, and as a matter of fact, let's see, certain times you speak, there's a bit of a, bit crushed sound as you speak. Okay, good to know. I'm going to turn off a couple of mics, even though OBS says they're not on, let's turn them off anyway. Okay, got that. Turned off that mic. Yeah, I'm hearing that crushed sound too, says Riley. Gosh. Well, let's continue to troubleshoot this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go to another screen. You're still going to hear my voice. Let me know, and I'm going to move the mic away just a little bit. Let me know if you're still getting this. So I'm going to come over to this screen, because this, and yeah, I know you see a little bit of that in there. I get that. Let's see, maybe some sound balances are peaking. That could very well be the case. Let me come over here to properties, and let's see how I have this bad boy set up. Here's my ratio, here's my threshold. You know what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is the limiter is good. Noise suppression is good. For grins and giggles, I'm going to get rid of the compressor. I'm going to turn off the compressor. Okay, so I turned off the compressor filter on the microphone. So let's see what that sounds like. Now the really nice thing is I have other options. I have other mics. We can always switch to another mic and see what we can do. So yeah. For those who are just joining right now, we're just testing tech. That's all we're doing. We're going to start in about 8.5 minutes, as it says right there. but we're just making sure that all the tech is working. One thing we're finding is that the sound on the mic is not exquisite, so we want to make sure that we have that going on. So Riley, Braden, let me know if that helped things anymore. Still sound like a robot. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna try that. I've turned that up, but I'm gonna go ahead and set up another mic. So bear with me. Okay, bear with me a moment. I am going to turn off this, turn on that, and okay, let's see what this does. I'm going to turn off this mic. Hey, for anyone who's just starting or just joining, sorry, we have not started yet. We're still trying to get some tech working. I'm having issues to get the sound going just right. I'm going to remove all the filters because the other mic is not cooperating just right away, but we might close. Okay, I have removed all the filters from the Shure SM7B there. I'm going to turn up that gain just a little bit. Let's turn that gain up just a tiny bit there. Okay, so I know I keep asking, guys. I'm still on the Shure SM7B. I tried to set up a Rode mic here, but it's giving me a little bit of grief. I need to troubleshoot that, figure out why I'm not getting that. In the meantime, while you tell me how this sounds, I am going to set up that mic over here on this play, on this scene. Let's see here. I'm going to add that. Okay. And yeah, for some reason, it's just not coming through. I'll have to troubleshoot that. Interesting, interesting. All right, well, you know what, Riley and Braden, I might just have to run with this today, and I'll troubleshoot it afterwards. I've taken off all the filters. It's a good mic, and I'm drinking in your ear. I apologize for that, but we'll see what we can do to get through it. I know it might sound a little robotic. I apologize for that, but who knows? Maybe taking the filters off helped a little bit. You know, tech is amazing and wonderful and fantastic, and yet you only really learn about 95% of it. There's always that 5% that throws you off no matter what, right? It's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. I'm going to unplug this in case that's giving us grief there. It shouldn't. Maybe there's a setting on YouTube with live streams affecting it. That is not a bad idea. Let's see what my settings are over here with my stream settings. I'm on ultra low latency. That's what I want. Let's see, and then let's see. Audio, no, that's set up properly. Yeah. Well, as I see it, we are actually about 1.5 minutes. Either way, though, it's not the worst thing to have happen. That is so true, Braden. I'll tell you what, that's so true. Of all the things to go wrong, canny sound is not the worst. Interesting thing when it comes to audio and video, it's actually better to have excellent audio and video than excellent video and audio. The audio is more important than the video. But you know what? We're going to make it work today. And as we only have 58 seconds, we're going to make it work, right? Aaron is used to this. Aaron was with me the last time we live streamed a few months back, and so he's probably hearing the difference. I will make it work. I will get it better. I promise, because I care a lot about this stuff. It's kind of like having a robot teacher. Oh, I hope I have more personality than that, but maybe I don't. Let's see, I'm just going to do one thing here. I'm going to turn off this. We just unplugged it, plugged it back in. We've got that good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll make it work. We will make it work. Okay, everyone. Let's come on over here. I'm going to make sure that all these are correct. They are. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our first live stream for Business 2200, Internal Business Communication. Since you're here, you know how we got here, right? And this is what we're going to be doing for, probably 13, 14 lectures over the semester. And so you have everything set there on Canvas. For those of you who are not in my class, welcome. You're totally welcome to be here and to participate in any way, shape, and form that you like. Absolutely. Okay. Today, what we are going to be talking about is why do we communicate? Why do we communicate in the first place? So a lot of you already watched a video about what is internal business communication. Great, fantastic. But what I want to do here, and let's get that out of the way. What I want to do here is kind of take a step back and talk about why we communicate in the very first place. All right? Now, before I go further, though, I'm going to give you guys some credit. During the whole testing and so forth, I had 3 or 4 folks helping me test out. And okay, so 3 or 4 folks, so 3 or 4, we had like 3 contributors helping to test, and you were giving me really good feedback and comments and some help. So I'm going to go ahead and start lining up our awesome comments and contributors. As you see here, as we and I'll even come over here. Let's come on over here, and I'm going to get ourselves a highlighter. Let's get a highlighter. As you see right here, we also have references to past lectures and real-world examples. Here's the idea. As you make comments, give examples, ask questions, that counts as a comment. And as more and more people participate, then we start to rack those points up. When we get to 10 in any of these, then we do a little celebration, and you guys, anybody who's present, gets extra credit. So it's to your advantage to participate. It's my way of trying to reward participation and engagement. So there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's start first with a definition of business communication. Right now, today we're talking about communication at large, in toto, right? But let's first start with a definition of business communication. And it's going to be boring as hell. But don't worry, we'll fix that. Check this out. All right. To inform, influence, and affect the attitudes, feelings, and behaviors of those in an organization to meet business objectives. All right. That's like any other definition. Words, 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 blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's play with this for a moment. What do you think we mean by either inform, influence? What's inform, influence, and affect? Give me some ideas there in the chat section. And this is where we're going to keep racking up our little awesome comments and contributors. What do words like inform, influence, and affect mean when it comes to communication? So for example, how am I trying to influence or inform you right now? How are you trying to influence and inform me? And as a matter of fact, line that up with where we were trying to fix the audio that kind of sucks right now, and that would be a real world example. Tell me a little bit about how you were trying to inform and influence and affect me when we were doing the audio test. So let's take a minute and put that in the comments section. Now, as we do the comments section, and I need to rearrange my desktop a little bit, we're going to do a puppy cam for a couple minutes while you put something in the comments. Okay, we're not going to go the full 2 minutes. That's plenty of time for a simple question like this. So let's check this out. So Riley's, okay, Jacob, hey, new Jacob, right, welcome. Jacob said to change something, improve, help people understand things so they can adjust. Beautiful, nice. Because you're talking about changing their behavior, which is the next part of this definition, right? So nice. So they can adjust. Very nice. Whether the change would be good or not, says Riley. Aaron says by giving feedback on a condition. Nice, like the quality of the audio, to change the effect, hopefully to improve the audio, right? Very nice. Once again, we're looking for an effect. We're looking for a behavioral change. Thoughts, discussing, appealing, absolutely. Let's see. Brian, you're trying to influence others so you can get your point across, influencing and informing. Nice. Braden, you're trying new ideas as we inform you on what was and what was not working. Say that 10 times fast, right? Nice. Okay, you guys totally get it, right? So I've got at least 3 new contributors in there. We had some comments, so we're going to go ahead and take this on up to 6. All right, and a lot of those were referencing real-world examples, right? So we're going to go ahead and throw in 4 real-world examples. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's continue on with this definition. You guys are getting it. We want to inform, influence, and affect the attitudes, feelings, and behaviors. Now, in this example, since you were using that real-world example of the audio that we're experiencing right now, you want to affect my behavior. You want me to change some settings. You want me to troubleshoot. You want me to figure out what's working and what isn't so that we can get better audio. Unfortunately, nothing we did worked in time, but that's all right. We're also looking to, affect feelings and attitudes and so forth, right? Now, all of this is of those in the organization to meet business objectives. We have a goal. We want to reach this goal. We have an objective. And so the communication helps us reach these business objectives. Okay, very good. Now, if we just plain take business out of the equation here, purpose of communication, I really like this quote from this instructor. People write or speak sentences in order to produce an effect, and the success of a sentence is measured by the degree to which the desired effect has been achieved. So, for example, we were trying to fix the audio. Now, the effect of your communication was effective because I was trying all the things that you recommended, and even though nothing worked, your communications to me were effective because everything you said I went ahead and tried and did, right? We just have more troubleshooting to do, but your communications to me were effective. All right? Okay, so let's continue on. Now, here's the thing. Communication, folks, is about a ton more than just sharing information, okay? Now, oftentimes when we talk about business communication, it's about sharing information and so on and so forth, but there's a whole psychology behind communication. For those of you who have already started watching some of my videos on the fundamentals of communication, you know that in my mind, communication is the most powerful force that we wield in the universe. Everything that is us, about us, that makes us us, is all rooted in communication. So let's play with this for a bit. From babies, we learn to fill basic needs. Discover ourselves in the context of society. Okay, this is deep, right? This is deep. I want you to tell me what you think it means to discover yourself in the context of society, in the context of the community. Tell me what you think this means. Now, just so you know, real quick, there is no such thing as a wrong answer. No such thing as a wrong answer, unless you say avocado. which I doubt you're an avocado in the context of society. All right, so tell me what you think it means. And we'll go to a puppy cam again for a moment, and we're going to start racking up our points because we want extra credit, baby. All right, here's my puppy cam. Okay, you guys are freaking geniuses. I love this. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to talk with you guys. But remember, this is all about discover ourselves in the context of society. So let's look at these. These are freaking good. Okay, so, gosh, it was really, okay. So Lorena, where we belong and what is our place in the world. Oh my gosh, I love this. And a few of you said this sort of thing, right? What is our place in the world? You know, Liz went on and said, I think it means to find our place in the world and how we contribute to society. Place in the world, contribute to society. And then Braden went on with discover how we can contribute and benefit the society we live in. I freaking love this. Okay, so I love my job, people. Our place in the world, where we belong. So this is a double-edged sword, right? We are a community species. We need each other to survive. We are not fast. We are not strong. We do not have sharp teeth. We do not have sharp claws. We are not venomous. We need each other to survive. The only reason we are like the apex species on this planet is because we have brains that can communicate with other brains. All right? And so, yes, we have a place in the community. We have a place in society, a place in the collective. And this is what you're referring to when you say, where do we belong in this collective? And more importantly, how do we contribute? Well, now it's a double-edged sword because this means that there are places where we belong, where your place is. Now, that can be good, but it can also be bad. You know, things like stay in your lane, know your place. You're kind of talking above your pay grade, right? It's interesting how society has these constructs that on one hand allow us to fit in and contribute in a meaningful way, and yet on the other hand stifle and trammel and hold us back from who we are. This is good. Okay. So Jacob goes on to say, unlock higher potential than would be otherwise available. Jacob, I am so seriously giving you a psychic fist bump. Okay? This is really good because as a community species, we need each other, which also means that we can do greater things together than we can individually. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So, yes, Jacob, you can do awesome things. I can do awesome things. You know, Drew can do awesome things. Brian can do awesome things. Liz can. Lorena can. But the things we can do together are just incredible by comparison. And that's figuring out who we are in the context of society. I love it. Atik says adjust, form person to person, free, are free with the individual. Nice. Brian, we must be able to have good communication so we contribute to others in the world today. I need you and you need me. You know, one thing I like to do is I say, hey, listen, if we were in a lecture class, I'd be like, hey, tell me something you can do on your own. And folks will say, well, you know what? I can tie my shoelaces alone. I go, well, no, not really. Somebody made those shoelaces. Somebody taught you how to tie the shoelaces. Somebody gave you a job that allowed you to buy the shoelaces. You could not have tied those shoelaces without the help of somebody else. So, you know, you're absolutely right, Brian. Drew means finding out what attribute. Oh, I like this. What attributes of our own will be the most beneficial? I like that. Yeah. Let's see. Our string, we figure out how to benefit the lives of others through our actions. I like it. Okay. Benefiting others through your actions will benefit you. Trust me on this. I've been on this planet a long freaking time. And you know what? If you look after others, they look after you. So good. Riley, I think it means it's all about how we contribute to what goes on around us. Nice. Because we can go day to day and not change anything or affect the world. But, you know, we need to make a difference. We can make a difference. Good. The cliche phrase, says Aaron, finding one's niche applies. Totally does. Through communication, we generally, or, you know, gently or not gently assess our existence in the universe. How existential of you, Aaron. Yeah, totally, right? Anastasia, we see how and where we fit in and how we can affect the situations, right? I love it. I pencil, Aaron. Oh, baby. Okay, Aaron just did something, folks. He referred to a past lecture from a past class that he was in doing these remote thingamajiggers. Okay? Hey guys, so first of all, you maxed out the awesome comments. We also maxed out our contributors now. Okay? And of course we had the reference to past lecture, which means this. Congratulations. Yes, you are. Here's what this means. All right. So I'm going to give a timestamp. The timestamp right now. What time is it, folks? It's 8:50. 8:50. Let's see. Braden thought that was a typo. I know, right? I pencil. Oh, he screwed up. No, it's actually it's an essay, a famous essay by Leonard Reed. You'll study it one day. 8:50 is our timestamp. Okay, so I went ahead. Hey, Clifford, thank you very much. 49, it's all good, right, Matt? That'll work too. Here's what you want to do. You want to send me an email. All you say in the email is 8:50 or 8:49. Just say 8:50, right? You can even just put it in the subject line. It doesn't matter. You just say 8:50, okay? And I know exactly what it is. And you're going to get extra credit for this, all right? And if we can build up, it's going to be hard to build up references to past lectures because we haven't had a whole lot of past lectures, right? I'm going to give Aaron a double because he did it from a past class. But if we can build up real world examples, we're going to get more. Okay, you guys are crushing this already. Oh my gosh. Normally it takes times for folks to figure this out and see how it works. But, oh, Matt, you pedantic. 8:49:37. Okay. Hey, you know what else communication does? Helps us build relationships with other people. I'm not even going to ask why. You guys already answered this question. We need one another to be successful. We need one another to be successful in life, in work, in our endeavors, anything, any way, shape, and form. School. We need each other to be successful, which means we need to influence one another and build relationships and influence them, right? And relationships is key. I'm going to show you why the relationship part of this is key. This comes to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, my guess is that you have probably heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you haven't, you will, even beyond this class. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is really interesting, okay? It's basically saying, listen, we as human beings, we have needs. I have needs. You have needs. But these needs are on different tiers, and we cannot meet a given tier of needs until we meet the tier below. All right, what are you talking about, Lon? Let me show you. Our first set of needs are physiological needs. That's the need for food, water, shelter, sleep, clothing. We need these things to survive. And until we get food, water, sleep, shelter, until we get these physiological needs met, we can't think about anything else. We can't think about anything else. In fact, there's a really good book out there, an economics book, a good read economics book called Scarcity. And one of the posits of the author of Scarcity is that when you are missing something fundamental in your life, like food or money or relationship, it's all you think about. People who are poor think about nothing but money. People who are hungry, starving, they think about nothing but food, okay? Because it is so all-encompassing, so overwhelming. So we need physiological needs met, right? Okay, so once we get these things met, we can then seek safety. We worked hard for this crap, right? I've got food, water, shelter, sleep, stuff like that now, but I worked hard for it, and I don't want anybody to take it because I don't want to be pushed back down there ever again. So we don't trust anyone. No relationships. We don't trust anyone. We need to first feel that we are utterly safe and secure before we're willing to trust anyone. All right? Once we get safety, then we can start building those relationships. And as it said on the previous slide, one of the main purposes of communication is to build relationships so that we can help one another, so that we can contribute and in return receive the blessings of the hard work of others. And we can't do that until we have social relationships. But now here's the part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs that I enjoy the most, that I find the most interesting. You can't feel a sense of self-esteem and competence and self-worth until you have relationships. If you do not have good, strong relationships, or if you're missing these things and so forth, it's really hard to feel a sense of self-esteem. Now, to show you what I mean, I'm going to share my own feelings. I believe that many of you will relate to this. I believe you will relate, but I'm not going to ask you, unless you choose to chime in, and I'll call it a real-world example. I believe many of you will agree. When I'm with my friends, when I'm practicing my craft, like right now, even though you all are remote, you're far away, you're with me, okay? You're with me in the studio, you're with me in the room. And when I'm doing these things, or when I'm with my friends, I'm with my family, I like myself. I think I'm an okay person. I think I'm engaging. I think I'm a little bit interesting. I think I can be funny from now and again. I like myself. But guys, when I'm alone in this house and it's in the afternoon or late at night and I'm alone and I don't have enough calories in me and I don't have enough caffeine in me, I'm not very kind to myself. I start to think unkind things. You're kind of a loser, Lon. You're not as smart as you think you are. You're surrounded by a lot of smarter people. You're kind of lame. All right? Truth is, you suck. That's what happens to me. Because if I'm surrounded by my tribe, I feel good. When I don't, I feel bad about myself. And I find that really interesting. Okay? Lorena, you start to doubt your worth. Yes, Lorena, absolutely. You start to doubt your worth. And I'm just going to give us all a support on the real world example, because apparently this is something Lorena can relate to. I'm not saying you all do, right? Me. So that's why I find the Maslow's hierarchy of needs fascinating. Okay, let's continue on. Now, when it comes to all of this that we've talked about, these basic needs are wrapped together in a single need. The need to understand the world around us so we can predict and affect what's going to happen next. All of us want to, well, hell, you want to survive, but what you really want to do is thrive, baby. You want to thrive. And communication allows us to kind of engage with the world in a way that allows us to do this. I'm going to show you how. By the way, Drew says the guiding belief behind trying to get rid of solitary confinement. That is an effing great real world example. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, I could go on about that. Penitentiaries are a place where you're supposed to do penance, but solitary confinement does not, it really messes with your head. Tons of studies have shown this. Okay. I could go on, but I'm not gonna. We're gonna stay focused. All right. When we're communicating, we are always asking these three questions. I'm asking them right now, and you're asking them right now. You're asking them in the back of your head. What's going on? What's going to happen next? And how am I being treated in this situation? Okay? So when we started this stream right now, you came in and you were pretty actively kind of figuring out what's going on. How does this work? This system that Lon has going on. He's doing a live stream. How do I get in? How do we get the audio working? What's the deal with these numbers down below, right? How do I make the comments? And, all that sort of stuff. What do I do with this email timestamp stuff? That's you saying what's going on. And you're also trying to figure out what's happening next. You want to figure out what's happening next because you want this to work in your benefit. You want to get the most out of this stream possible, okay, including points. And you are always asking, how am I being treated in this situation? You're asking it and I'm asking it. You are constantly assessing me to figure out, how does Lon perceive me? Is he treating me with respect? Is he giving me the dignity due a student who is trying to, improve their life in any particular way? I'm asking the same question. I'm saying, Are these folks engaged in the content? Are they trying to, figure it out, play with the ideas, and so forth? I want to be really clear, and this is important that you understand for me. I know right now you're multitasking. This is not a slam. This is just simple reality. It's very difficult to stay engaged in a video lecture like this. I know it. I've attended 100,000 of these things, and I'm always multitasking. Some of you have your phones open. Some of you have another monitor going. You're playing, Final Fantasy 14 or who knows what, right? You're texting. I get it. I really get it. And so it's incumbent upon me, it's my job to make this interesting and fascinating and engaging, ergo these points down here, right? These points. But it's also a level of, am I being treated the way I want to be treated, right? So we're all doing that. We're all doing this. Okay. The way people communicate with us let us know if our sense of self is being enhanced, diminished, or even threatened. Right now, your sense of self, who you are, your sense of self-worth, because of our communication, is either being enhanced, diminished, or threatened. I really hope that your sense of self is being enhanced because you deserve it. I really hope that you don't feel that you're being diminished as a person, let alone threatened. But this is what's always going on in communication. And this is why, folks, you will leave jobs that pay very well because of the way you're treated. And you will keep and stay in jobs that don't pay so well because of the way you're treated. Communication is what makes people stay or leave. You know the saying, people don't leave jobs, they leave managers? Yeah, that's because of the way the manager or the organization or the culture communicates. That's how powerful communication is. Okay? Okay, so one more thing. All this stuff we're talking about, this is going on inside our heads. We are messing with ourselves, right? Major mind screws. Let me show you. Right now, I have a perception of myself. You have a perception of yourself. So I'll just use me as an example. How do I perceive myself? I perceive myself as somewhat engaging, somewhat pleasant, a little cynical, but not an ugly cynical, kind of a, self-deprecating, endearing cynical. I perceive myself as somebody who's invested in the technology, wants to do well. I care. That's how I perceive myself. Now, we also perceive others, and I'm perceiving you. So how do I perceive you? I perceive you based on your comments here. You guys are sharp. You're thinking about this at a deep level. You're thinking about it in a positive level. A lot of you were talking about helping others, benefiting others. How can you contribute? I saw the word contribute a lot. I see some deep thinking, talk about solitary confinement or things like that. So I perceive you as engaged. But now, we then perceive how others are perceiving us. So how do I perceive that you perceive me? Oh gosh, are they seeing me as kind of a sad, pathetic old man who's trying his darndest to entertain, but in fact it's really kind of pathetic? I say this because I take classes as well, and I'm taking a class right now here at Slick from an adjunct professor. It's painful. It's painful. And it's I don't want to go into it, but here's one of the reasons it's painful, everyone. I can't help the feeling that the things he's doing that drive me nuts, I do and drive my students nuts. And so I get into this head loop of, am I being that professor who I perceive as ineffective? Now, let me give you a real world example that you can relate to. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to put the 2-minute timer on this one. And we're going to max out our real world examples. And that way we'll get one more set of extra points, right? By the way, Riley says, I wish we didn't care as much as about what others think about us. It's painful and distracting. Yes. Don't read the comments, right? Oh my gosh. Riley, there's freaking 8 billion people on this planet. Why in the holy hell do we care about what a stranger with some lame-ass username and a little manga emoji says about us? And yet we do. Nuts. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for our last puppy cam example, and we'll max out real-world examples. How do you feel during a... Hang on, I'm going to get my... There we go. How do you feel during a first date? What's going on in your head during a first date? You're out with a guy, a gal, whomever, right? First date. What's going on through your head? What are you feeling during a first date, and why? Because that is an example of what we're seeing here. There, I see that one was up again. Don't worry, we've got that set. These are so good comments, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Drew started out with horror. That was great. Okay, how do I look? What will she think if I stain my shirt? What is he thinking? Trying to think of things to talk about. I really like this one from R String. Is she actually having fun? That's a great example of how we perceive the other person is perceiving us, because they are laughing. We say a joke. We perceive that we're funny, right? And that person then laughs at our joke, but then we try to figure out, are they really laughing at our joke? Are they perceiving us as funny, or are they just laughing? It's a mess, right? Oh, I freaking love it. Right. Do I have food in my teeth? During a first date, I always question whether a guy thinks I'm cute. It's weird. I talk too much. Oh, yeah. Right. Am I wearing the right outfit? I'm wondering if I'm talking too much. Are my palms sweaty? Am I sweaty? Can I smell me? Oh, my gosh. It's so true. What's going on in their head? Exactly what we're talking about here, right? Things like, am I saying the right things? Are they interested? Oh my gosh, did I mess up everything with just the last? Did I mess up everything with the last thing I said? Hey, lecturers think this a lot, right? We get going, we're feeling good, our inhibitions lower a little bit, and then we say something and this horror comes over us. Did I just ruin my whole keynote or my whole lecture with that last thing I said, because that's what they're going to remember. Because that's what they're going to remember. Oh my gosh, right? Just plain nervous on the first date. I like to feel out the situation, the person first, but I usually feel very confident. I hate being fake. Yeah, Riley, I'm with you. I get it. Let's see. And just, yeah, if you can't handle it, see ya. Right? We want that level of confidence. What picture I got from her swiped from me. Hey, this is why, by the way, post it and then the comment on the pictures from our string. This is why I ask for videos for the introduction video, because when I used to ask for pictures, I used to say, hey, send me a picture. But two things happen. All you guys, you send me a picture of you snowboarding. So you have a hat, you have goggles, and you have a scarf. I can't see you. All you ladies, you send me a picture of when you were a bridesmaid at your friend's wedding or at a prom, and you are looking good. You're looking really good, but that's not how you look in my classroom. I can't recognize you. So, yeah, right? You don't look like the picture. Oh, wrong one that I saw in the app, right? What picture got her to swipe right on me? What picture do I look good in? First date. Why the hell am I doing this again? Aaron, I know. Pretty much what Riley says. Guys, you so earned this. You so earned it.
Now go!
No, that's not the right one. What's the one? You don't have to send me a different email. All the email is going to work fine, right? So I'll take care of you. But I just want to say, and I truly mean this. This is the first live stream that we've done, with the exception of a couple of folks who have done this before, like Aaron and so on. This is the first one you've done, and your engagement has been superb. And I'm going to take care of you when I give out the extra credit for this, okay? So I want to thank you for that, because I know, trust me, I know how difficult it is to stay engaged in an online lecture like this, in a streaming lecture. And so I recognize that you are going out of your way to make this work. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So first date, right? There you go. There's our first online lecture, our first streaming lecture. And as I said, you guys did really, really well. Thank you very much. I'm going to troubleshoot the audio while between now and Thursday when we meet again, and make sure that I can figure out what's happening, right? In the meantime, have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic until we meet Thursday. We are all wrapped up. We're done. But I will stick around in the comments for a while. So if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, I can address them in the comments. If you want to meet over Zoom at some time, let me know and we'll set up a Zoom meeting. Otherwise, you guys are in great shape. Go out there and crush it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.